Are we are we live? Wait a second. Hold up. Did you guys watch that Ahsoka show? Did you see what I saw? Did you watch that Ahsoka premiere first 2 episodes? Oh my goodness. What's up, guys? It's Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars. We got a lot to talk about today. Those first 2 episodes of the Ahsoka show, how did you guys feel about it? Right off the bat, let's rank it out of 10, okay? Just as we're coming in here, just as we're getting ready to start the stream up right now, just as people start to flow in, let's rank these first 2 episodes out of 10 combined. Give me a premiere, like both episodes combined, out of 10. Give me your rank in the chat right now. Let's see where we are at with this premiere. We're going to go over a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about the premiere. We're going to speculate about what's going on with all this stuff going on with the Night Sisters, the New Beyond, Thrawn, Ezra, what's going on with Morgan Elsbeth, who the hell this Inquisitor is. We got a lot to talk about today. And we even got some trailers to still watch because they're still releasing a trailer a freaking day at this point. Rotten Tomato score we're going to go over. We're going to talk a lot about Ahsoka today. So we're going to talk about whether it was good or not. That's what, of course, the intro and the name of this stream is, and we're going to talk about all of it. So right now, just put your ranking out of 10 into the chat, and I will, of course, give you mine. So right off the bat, this is a fantastic start, an amazing start. Without a doubt, probably the best start to a Disney Plus Star Wars show. I would have to say it is. It starts off our story perfectly. It introduces us to the villain perfectly. It introduces us to the good guys perfectly. Many people actually have been saying online that you can easily follow this show, even if you didn't watch Rebels or the Clone Wars. You get introduced to Ahsoka, Sabine, Hera, all in a way where you can understand the characters without having seen anything beforehand. And that seems to be a good thing for a lot of fans. With all this being said, the story being set up with the map to the New Beyond with Thrawn and Ezra and the Purrgil and the Night Sisters and this Inquisitor and Baylan and Shin being introduced and all this crazy stuff, I have to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Both episodes combined, I think episode 1 was a little bit better than the second episode, but they were both spectacular. An amazing start to this 8-episode season, and I think we're just going to keep going up from here. I think it just keeps getting better from here, which is kind of insane. We got so many cool lightsaber duels between Shin and Sabine, or Shin and Baylan versus those New Republic people, or Ahsoka versus that Inquisitor. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So drop your ranking out of 10. Let me open up the chat so I can see what you guys are even saying. First in today is Austin Snow. He says, I can't wait for episode 3. Yeah, me either. Honey Badger says, this show is so good. Update on my wife, Sabine. Everybody, she is fully recovered from being stabbed in the stomach. Yeah, so I've seen a little bit of complaints online about Sabine being stabbed in the stomach. Now, what doesn't help Sabine being stabbed in the stomach was that just last year we got the Obi-Wan Kenobi show where Reva got stabbed in the stomach twice by Anakin Skywalker, once as a youngling too, so that didn't help at all. But a lot of people are complaining, of course, because Qui-Gon Jinn didn't survive the stab in the stomach, blah, blah, blah. But let's be honest. Qui-Gon gets stabbed by Maul. Then there's like another 10 minutes of Maul versus Obi-Wan, which ends with Obi-Wan slicing Maul in half, who, by the way, survives that. But there's no medical attention to come to Qui-Gon during any of this, and he does survive even until after the fight, but dies in Obi-Wan's arms because, again, no medical attention. He just bleeds out right there and just dies. Sabine, on the other hand, Ahsoka was right there. Literally picks her up immediately after she gets stabbed and helps her heal because she brings her to medical attention. So Qui-Gon Jinn is a completely different scenario, and a lot of people complaining about that. They're just stupid and dumb and stupid. But that's for another time. Honey Badger says a 9 out of 10 for the premiere. Rosario is perfect as Ahsoka, and Natasha really is just Sabine. The story is moving at a great pace, and overall reminded me of episode 1, 3, and 4 with a splash of Rebels and Clone Wars. I couldn't have said it better myself, Badger. It is the perfect combination of Rebels meets Clone Wars meets original trilogy meets prequel trilogy. Dave Filoni has captured this thing in a bottle, and it's Star Wars. He knows what Star Wars is. He knows how to convey Star Wars. So the people who crap on Andor for not feeling like Star Wars, the people who say that even the Obi-Wan Kenobi show doesn't feel like Star Wars, even though it's some of the legacy characters, Dave knows how to make Star Wars. And that's really the message that we're getting from this show, which is great. And hopefully Lucasfilm is getting that message too. Hey, Lucasfilm, hey, look, your boy Dave, he's great. He's the GOAT. He's the best. Give him more things to do. Yeah. The good news is already from this show, he's gotten a movie. And I think that's just the tip of the iceberg. Thomas Richards, what's up, Thomas, says, I feel like the show should be Rebels 2.0. Well, it kind of is. But yeah, I get what you mean. A lot of people are saying that it should just be called Rebels. And it should just be Rebels Season 5. But that would probably confuse a lot of people and probably turn a lot of people away. Just because of the fact that Rebels was animated. A lot of people didn't watch Rebels. And a lot of people who are watching Ahsoka actually didn't even watch Rebels. So it'll be very interesting to see the numbers as they come out for how many views this premiere got and how many views the rest of the season is going to get as we go along here, if it's going to keep climbing up, because more casual normie fans, as they call themselves, as they come in and tune into the Ahsoka show. It'll be interesting to see the numbers just for the premiere, because I think it did spectacular. All these trailers are getting insane numbers, and they promoted it pretty damn well, if I do say so myself. Honey Badger says, to be fair, Qui-Gon didn't have medical help and got stabbed right through his torso. Sabine was stabbed under her rib cage and was rushed to the hospital because Ahsoka saved her. Two completely different situations. Yeah, I completely agree. 1,000%. But let's see what Ahsoka is doing online. Let's see how it's doing outside of just our small little community here. Let's go to something called Rotten Tomatoes. We looked at this before it premiered, correct? We looked at this before it premiered, and it was interesting because the critic score had it at 85, and I believe the audience score was also at 85. They were both at 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, a lot of people don't really like Rotten Tomatoes. They just don't. It is a good kind of, like, what critics think about a show is important. It is. It's not always like the do or die for a show, but it is important. Also, what the audience thinks is important. Sometimes you have critics loving something and the audience hates it, or the critics hating something and the audience loves it. You have some mix and matches there. But with the Ahsoka show, it was 85 and 85 before the release. Now things have changed quite drastically, actually, for a Rotten Tomatoes score. As more ratings have come in, this is where the Ahsoka show stands. Let me pull this up so you guys can see it really quickly. This is where the Ahsoka show stands. So it was 85 and 85, and now we got 93 from the critics and 86 from the audience. So the audience score only went up by 1%, which is not much, but there's thousands of rankings in there. So that's a pretty high and good, I mean, that's a great rating. That's an 8.5 out of 10, 8.6 out of 10. That's insanely good. The critic review is wild. They are loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. 93%. It was 85 before, meaning the critics have seen something we haven't, or not actually, but most of the critics that didn't get the early access to Ahsoka or didn't get to see it before or have different outlook on it after watching it multiple times have given their review now, and it's a lot higher. 93 is almost, I mean, as good as it gets here. With many people, and we're going to read some of these reviews, giving it these crappy reviews or rotten reviews, whatever you want to call them, on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's read some of these reviews real quick. What the hell? Oh, let me scroll over. So we'll get into some of these reviews in just 1 second here. But that's kind of insane. That's a big jump right there. A big jump. Honey Badger says, also, we have close to 50 years of medical advancements since Qui-Gon got stabbed. That's true as well. That is true. Thomas says, it is good. The Ahsoka show, I'm guessing he's referring to. I think I was expecting more Ahsoka, and bridging the gap more from her growth as a Jedi after Clone Wars between Rebels. Don't get me wrong, it was good, just was different. Look forward to seeing what the rest of the season has to offer. Yeah, Thomas, I've seen that a lot too. I've seen that a lot where people are like, Ahsoka's a little different. She's not the same Ahsoka that we know from the Clone Wars, but that's because she's grown so much since then. She is very quiet in these first 2 episodes, and she seems kind of like, obviously there's something going on with her and Sabine. Some sort of falling out happened during their training, and we don't know what that is yet. Not quite, at least. But there's going to be a lot more exploration of Ahsoka's character. A lot has happened between the time of Rebels and now. She was saved by Ezra in the World Between Worlds. She was supposed to die to Vader on Malachor 5, but she didn't. And I think that has kind of put a toll on her. And where she's been through the original trilogy as well, there's a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to Ahsoka's character. And I think we will still get a lot of those answers to those questions, Thomas. I do. Honey Badger says, we have barely scratched the surface with this show. Yeah, exactly. We still have Anakin, Ezra, Thrawn, Jason Syndulla, the World Between Worlds, Night Sisters, the New Beyond left to discover. This truly is where the fun begins. Yeah, there's still a ton that we have to get into with this show. Now, we're going to go into later on in the stream. We're going to watch the trailer, the original trailer for the show, and we're going to look at what we haven't seen yet. Because almost, I said, 82% of what was in the trailers was going to be in the show? I think it was probably more than that. Almost all the clips we've seen from the trailers were in the first 2 episodes, and that's insane. And now time travel is really getting introduced with the World Between Worlds and New Beyond. Morgan Elsbeth did say time and space. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. Morgan Elsbeth saying that she's communicating with Thrawn through time and space. Now, that might not mean what you think it means, like it's not time travel, but we'll get into that in a little bit here. Let's read some of these Rotten Tomato reviews. I'm losing my voice. I just started recording a video, or I recorded it already, but I'm editing it now. You guys want to see a sneak peek of it? It's who the Inquisitor is. We're going to talk about it on stream later, but you ready for this? You want to see the coolest opening ever? You guys want to see this video? You want to see the raw footage? You guys want to see this? I need to hear it. Give me a 1 into the chat or something. I need some, smash a like on this video. What are you waiting for? Give me some hearts or something. Just show a sign of life, chat. Jesus. Oh, there's some hearts. There's some hearts. Okay, we got life. Okay. Let's take a look at the intro to this amazing, fantastic, awesome, cool video that will drop tomorrow. This will drop tomorrow. Ready? Oh, well, that didn't work. What the hell? Ready? Let's try this again. The Ahsoka show is off to a great start with the first 2 episodes really. Who the f*** is this guy? So obviously there's no actual, like, this is just the raw footage. There's no, like, there will be a clip at the beginning and then it'll show the Inquisitor when I say who the fuck is this guy. So let's rewatch it and just imagine, just put it into your head, like, this is just the raw footage, guys. There'll be stuff over it, okay? The Ahsoka show is off to a great start with the first 2 episodes really. Who the f*** is this guy? There are I love it so much. I love it. It's amazing. Okay, let's get back into these Rotten Tomato scores here. What do we think? Is that a good start? Good start? Yeah? Yes? Good start? Is that a great start to a video? Anybody? What do we think? Yeah, you like it? You like the start to the video? I'm loving it. Swagger Like Us, what's up? Swagger says, Ahsoka's premiere was the best of Disney Plus's so far, period. I could not agree with you more, Swagger. It is quite the beginning to a show. It is. Yeah. Honey Badger says, that's dope. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you'll see that tomorrow. The Finster, what's up, Finn, says, where is Zeb and Callus in Ahsoka? Well, they still could be coming. It was only the first 2 episodes. It's still possible we could still be getting Zeb and Agent Callus, but maybe it's later on in the season, and maybe it's not even until the end of the season when they bring all the Ghost crew back together. Here's how I see it. We saw Sabine, we saw Ahsoka, obviously, but we saw Sabine, Hera, and Chopper from the Ghost crew. That's it. We didn't even see Jason Syndulla, and we saw a lot of Hera. Now, we know we will see Jason at some point, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah. I do think we'll see Zeb. Because we saw him in Mando Season 3, and he looked amazing. He looked fan-freaking-tastic. So, yeah, I do think we'll see them. Don't worry. They'll be here eventually. Soon enough. Honey Badger says, I can't wait for that Morok video. Or is it Morak? Morok? Whatever. I don't even know. I pronounced it some way in the video. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, so I think I figured it out. I think I have the one and only answer to who is under that mask. And I'll leave you on that for now, because we'll get into it later on in the video, but or later on in this stream, but we will see. I think Zeb will come in close to the end with Carson Teva. I think Zeb might come in towards the end after they've already found Ezra. I don't think they'll pick him up for this journey to the New Beyond. I also don't think Hera is going to come along for the journey to the New Beyond either. I think it's just going to be Ahsoka and Sabine and maybe Hu Yang, but even I wouldn't be surprised if Hu Yang got left behind too. Yeah, so, I mean, we'll see if Zeb comes up. The Finster says, thoughts on The Mandalorian coming to Blu-ray and 4K? Oh, yeah, that was kind of cool. That was the day before Ahsoka released, I think, or it was the day of. Yeah, so let me see if I can pull that up really quickly here. The Mandalorian on Blu-ray. So this was pretty cool. This was released, here we go. Yeah, so this is what's going on. This is what the Finsta is talking about here. This is The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 are coming to 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray. So this is what you could get. It's pretty cool. It's the complete first season, complete second season. And here's what they say. The Mandalorian fans and physical media enthusiasts have a new bounty to collect. Mando Season 1 and 2 are coming to 4K Ultra HD disc and Blu-ray. It was announced today, this was August 21st, so Monday, that Star Wars Mandalorian's complete first season and second season will arrive December 12th of 2023, each collection available nationally in steelbook packaging. Better than Beskar, we think. So this is kind of what you're going to get here. It has concept art and never before seen featurettes. That's pretty cool. So that'll be all this stuff. You get a bunch of different discs. You get a cool little thing here. Definitely something I'll probably look to pick up when it comes out in December. Looks pretty damn cool. Yeah. Thomas says, I feel like it's going to turn into more training for Sabine and her exploring the Jedi aspects. I think it's going to be a lot of training Sabine, but we're not diverting off the course of this story. The story is getting Thrawn and Ezra out of the New Beyond. That's it. And there's going to be no filler episodes. There's going to be no sidetracking. This show is going to be all story all the way. I think it's going to be bing, bang, boom, bum, bop, boom, bop, bop, bop. Yep. Sabine opens the map. Then the Shin takes it from her. Then we go to the New Beyond. Then we go this, that, the next thing. Lightsaber duel, Thrawn, Ezra. Awesome, cool, action, cool, fun, amazing. So yeah. I agree, Thomas. I agree. Swagger Like Us says, I think the Inquisitor will be revealed as Star Killer. It can't be Barriss Offrey because Balin refers to Murok. I'm calling him Murok. Sure. Is a he. So yeah, let's just talk about it now then. We'll just do it now, okay? Jeez, guys, just don't let me do the Rotten Tomato thing. Guys, Jesus. Okay, let's do it now. That's my video. It's Star Killer. It's the only logical and thing that makes sense, okay? Here's the evidence behind it, too. I do have some proof. It's not going to be the Star Killer you know. It's not going to be the Star Killer from the Force Unleashed games that's ridiculously overpowered. But there's a few things. And first of all, it's we only know 3 things about this Inquisitor. This is kind of what I go into in the video. But hang on. You guys want to see something cool? I just have my keys in my pocket. My lanyard just says Star Wars all over it. Okay, and I got a Vader. See? It's Vader from Return of the Jedi. Okay, that's besides the point. Okay, so we only know 3 things about this Inquisitor. 3 things. 1, he stands toe-to-toe with Ahsoka and holds his own, which is insane. The second thing is that he is a he. Baylan refers to him as a he multiple times in that second episode. And the third thing is his name is Morok. And that's it. That's all we know about this guy. Literally all we know about this guy. So that's it. Where was I? So yeah, Starkiller. Here we go. Here's why I think it's Starkiller. First of all, he stands toe-to-toe with Ahsoka. That's hard to do. If it was an Inquisitor, she would probably just mess around with him and probably kill him pretty quickly. Ahsoka has had pretty easy history when it comes to fighting Inquisitors. The biggest evidence to this, I'll just pull it up right now. Why am I alluding? Go follow me on Twitter, guys, because you'll get shit like this. Here it is. Boom. This is it. This is it. In Ahsoka, in the Ahsoka credits, you can see that Sam Witwer is named under additional voices. So this is the credits for Ahsoka. Additional voices, a bunch of names down here, and Sam Witwer is one of them. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't see, hear, or anything with Sam Witwer in those Ahsoka shows, in those Ahsoka episodes. And you might say, Mike, well, we didn't hear the voice of Morok. And you're right. We didn't. The only difference is Morok would have been credited as a actual actor in an actual voice if we did hear his voice. They're keeping this a secret, and the only reason it's an additional voice is because we hear him grunt once. He has to be put on the credits because he exists. And this is Dave teasing it out to fans, putting him in the credits. Sam Witwer is not a name you put at the end of the credits for people not to notice. Sam Witwer is the guy. He's the voice of Darth Maul in the Clone Wars and Rebels. He knows all there is to know about Star Wars, pretty much. The guy is a freaking genius, okay? And his relationship with Dave is amazing. He loves Dave, Dave loves him, and he wants to put him in every freaking project he does, including the Ahsoka show. Now, why do I think that Sam Witwer is Morok? First of all, the biggest and most important thing I have to do with this is if they're going to put Starkiller into canon, he has to be trained by Vader, and he has to kind of have the same type of story. All Inquisitors, it's canon information, all Inquisitors are trained by Vader. All of them. So, this would mean that this Inquisitor right here would also be trained by Vader. You can tell that his armor is extremely rusty. At some point, he must have left Vader because all the Inquisitors eventually die. It could be the same scenario here where in the games, Starkiller, you play as Starkiller, you could become a good guy and leave Vader. Maybe something along those lines happened. Maybe Starkiller wanted to leave Vader and go do his own thing. But the biggest piece of evidence behind this is the frickin' name Morok. And I saw Badger say it earlier. Let me find it really quickly. Honey Badger says, I think it could be Galen Merrick. It sounds like Morok. That's the biggest thing. You wouldn't name an Inquisitor who could possibly be Starkiller, who could possibly be Sam Witwer voicing him. You wouldn't name that character Morok when it sounds the exact same as Galen Merrick if there wasn't the same exact person. Like, hang on, let me pull it up in the video I just showed you guys really quickly here. Let me, this is again the raw footage of this video. See if I can find it really quickly. No, that's not it. 1 second. Here it is. Again, just raw footage from this video, so don't judge me. Don't judge me, guys. Don't judge me. Ready? Just because of his name. The Inquisitor's name, like I said before, is Morok. And Starkiller's name is Galen Merrick.
Coincidence? I think not!
I mean, it's not rocket science, guys.
Coincidence? I think not!
I mean, it's not. I don't think it is. I don't think it's a coincidence at all. There's no reason for these two to have such similar names. The connections to the two of them is just way too strong to deny. I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that this is the case. I don't think this is too far-fetched to think this is actually what's going on. And as of right now, at least the only person I can think of is Galen Merrick. It is Sam Witwer. It is the only person who could be under that mask. It's a he, it's a trained Force user, and it makes sense to the story. Think about it. This Inquisitor doesn't have to exist. Everything he's done so far in this show could have easily just been Shin or Baylan. There's an importance behind this character. For some reason, Dave Filoni thought it was extremely important that this character existed. Because Baylan and Shin could have done all this. Could have done all of this by themselves. Shin literally shows up on, Corellia. Shows up on Corellia. She could have fought Ahsoka there. Could have been simple and easy. Boom, bang, boom, done. But for some reason, Dave Filoni thought it was extremely important that this Inquisitor existed. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is too far-fetched? Do you think there is another answer? Because honestly, I can't think of one. I can't think of another single person in Star Wars that could be under that mask. It doesn't make any sense. The whole fact of him being a he, the fact that Baylan calls him, means it's not a girl, and that means it can't be Barriss, who was probably the number one on my list before, or Mara Jade, which would have been my second guess. Now we're running out of options. We're running out of options here, so I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? The Finster says Anakin Force Ghost. I do think we will see Anakin's Force Ghost just later on in the season. Yeah. Swagger Like Us says, sorry fam, Honey Badger, Sabine is now my wife. Not a chance. She's been my wife for a while now, and even have confirmation from Mike. Well, I don't say who Sabine can marry. That's up for you guys to have a giant gladiator fight about. Swagger Like Us says that would be the perfect reveal for the Inquisitor. 2 former Anakin and Vader apprentices. Yeah, that's what I go into in the video too. It would make the perfect sense. It would be Anakin's apprentice versus Anakin's apprentice, and it would make it so much more meaningful, and it would just make sense. Thomas says, did he leave or disappear after Vader's death? I think he probably left before Vader's death. I think he was probably his apprentice, very similar to the games. He leaves and kind of like, you know how you could become a good guy in those games? Like there's different paths you can go down almost. I think it could be something along those lines. He's an Inquisitor that left the Inquisitorius and left them behind. Yeah, I do, Thomas. The Finster says maybe Sam Witwer is a random Inquisitor like they did for the Jar Jar guy. Oh, you mean like Killer and Beck is just a random Jedi who saved Grogu? Maybe, but this would be important. It would be extremely important. This Inquisitor is already important. The problem with him just being a random Inquisitor or just a random character that doesn't matter is if he looks like Sam Witwer, it has to be Starkiller. Starkiller looks like Sam Witwer. When they created the games, they made the look of Starkiller off of Sam Witwer. And fans would not be able to differentiate that, especially the hardcore fans. Yeah. Honey Badger says, was that from the Meet the Robinsons? I love that clip. No, it's from The Incredibles. When Dash gets in trouble at school and he puts a tack on his chair and he goes, right there. I stand up, there's no tack. I go to sit down and there's a tack. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah. The Finster says, just a nod to Starkiller. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be a nod to Starkiller. I think it could actually be a canon version of Starkiller. Now, here's the thing. It obviously wouldn't be as strong as Starkiller. It wouldn't be the Starkiller that we know. He's way too overpowered to exist in canon. So it would be a lesser version of Starkiller, a less powerful version of Starkiller, but it would still be so damn cool. It would be so damn cool. And a lot of fans would I think, love it. Swagger Like Us says it has to be Starkiller. An Inquisitor this late in the game, they don't speak and they are masked. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is the Inquisitors speak a lot. Like in Rebels, they speak all the time. Even in Kenobi, they speak a ton. This guy has yet to say a frickin' peep. All he did was grunt the one time. It's wild. Honey Badger says he is taller than Ahsoka. It can't be Barriss if it's a he. Can't be Mara if it's a he. Can't be Ezra because he's stuck in the New Beyond. The only other option would be Kanan, and he's dead in Rebels. So I think it could be Galen. He's taller and he's great with lightsaber skills. Couldn't agree more. And the whole Kanan thing just doesn't make sense, Badger. I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense. We saw the guy die, and he became a Loth Wolf anyway. Yeah. Swagger Gus says, just imagine the mask comes off in episode 5 and it's Sam Witwer. Dude, literally just reading that sentence gave me goosebumps. Like, what? Just imagine that for a second. Just close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Your eyes closed? Ooh, your eyes closed? Imagine it's episode 5, which is supposed to be Rosario Dawson's favorite episode. It's Dave Filoni directed episode. Could be getting Anakin's Force Ghost. Could be getting flashbacks to the War Between Worlds. But what if we actually see Sam Witwer and his helmet on this Inquisitor gets ripped off or something in battle, and it's Starkiller in live action for the first time? Are you kidding me? Imagine how freaking cool that would be. Dis Inferno says Sam Witwer was mentioned in episode 2 in the end credits as an additional voice. Yeah, we just pulled that up. Yeah, 100%. Let me pull it up again. Right here. Yeah, he's literally mentioned in the credits. There would be no reason for him to be mentioned in the credits unless this was what was really going on. I don't know, guys. There's something fishy going on here, and I think Dave Filoni's pulling a little trickery going on here. I think it could be possible that we could actually see Starkiller in live action. And that's insane. That's insane. The amount of times I've said there's no way. Everybody who's come into the chat and said, Starkiller in live action, you think it could happen, Mike? I'm like, no, that's ridiculous. He's too overpowered. It could never happen. And now I'm sitting here right in front of you today saying that it's possible. Galen Merrick, Starkiller, could be under that freaking mask, and this could actually be happening. Oh my goodness, this is a wild time to be a Star Wars fan, guys. Wild. Honey Badger says, the question is, if it is Starkiller, would they nerf him or have him work for Thrawn and be a secret? He could very well be the reason that Luke went into hiding. I don't think they would I don't think they would give him full power. They can't. They can't give Starkiller his full powers. He's way too overpowered to be in canon. You just watch the clips from the games. He's literally disintegrating stormtroopers around him just by using the Force, just disintegrating them. Like, he's way too powerful to be brought into canon the way he is. Because he's so strong with the Force, it would lead up to a huge battle in the storyline in the Heir to the Empire. It would give if Dave adapts the movie. I see what you're coming at, like Luke versus Starkiller. That would be bonkers. But, like, Luke isn't even that powerful. Like, the way he's portrayed in the games, he is so damn powerful that it's almost impossible for anybody to stop him. I don't know. Do you guys think Luke would beat Starkiller in a fight? Like prime Luke Skywalker versus Starkiller. Who you got? Let's pull this up, by the way. Do you think the Inquisitor is Starkiller? Yes or no? You tell me. You tell me. You tell me. Because honestly, I think it's the only option. At this point, it's the only option. I can't wait to edit this video and you guys to see this. This Inferno says Luke versus Morok would be dope. It would be so damn cool. If it was Starkiller versus Luke in Heir to the Empire, that would make billions of dollars. The Finster says, so it would only have to be a clone of Starkiller. Ooh, to make him be in the timeline. I mean, it wouldn't have to be a clone of Starkiller. That's not necessarily what has to happen. But it would it would have to be a different storyline for sure. I mean, he could still be Vader's apprentice. It would still make sense. He could still have been like the strongest of the Inquisitors. Maybe he left the Inquisitors, something along those lines. It will be different than the story we get in The Force Unleashed. That's for sure. But it is possible. Honey Badger says, we did see Palpatine die. True. I mean, anything is possible at this point. Disinferno says, Qui-Gon was alive for like 2 minutes while Kenobi was fighting against Maul. Everyone who has a problem with it, get lost. Couldn't agree more. Also, Qui-Gon said to Obi-Wan that it was already too late to save him. True. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they fought for like minutes afterwards. And in that same scene, Darth Maul gets chopped in half and he survives. So, I mean, what are we really complaining about here? What are we complaining about here? So there is a chance that Qui-Gon might have survived. Yeah, I feel like Qui-Gon just let go. He let go. For sure. Blake, what's up? Blake Winfrey. Blake Winfrey says, I get why they would... lose my voice. I get why they would want to make Starkiller weaker, but would feel too much like a totally different character if he was just lacking for the new villains. That's true. They could make him the right-hand man to Thrawn and just have him be as powerful as he was in the games, but that would just make him so powerful that it would be extremely difficult to beat. But maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want a very difficult bad guy to destroy, and that makes it more entertaining. I mean, it's like Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. It's like, how are you going to beat him? And they eventually do by teaming up with everybody and all that stuff, but yeah, I mean, maybe that's what has to happen. Maybe it has to be Ahsoka, Sabine, Ezra, Luke, Jason Syndulla, all these Force users versus just Starkiller. Like, what if it's Thrawn's the big brains, but Starkiller's the big muscle? That would be insane. That would be insane. Wild stuff going on here. Honey Badger says, what if he is that powerful and Luke and Ahsoka and Mando and Boba all go up against Galen and Thrawn and lose, and we see Ahsoka and Boba and Mando all die to Galen and Luke barely able to defeat him? Holy crap. And that's what that loss drove Luke into hiding. If Dave's movie ends with Ahsoka dying, I would be so surprised. So surprised. Oh my God. Do you guys think that's what's going to happen? Do you think Ahsoka's going to die? Not in this show. She'll survive the show. But do you think Ahsoka will die in Dave's movie? That would be a shocker to me. For sure, a big time shocker to me. That would be insane. Salty Texas Ranger, what's up, Salty? Says, I swear to God, I hear Ahsoka say that her and Sabine were married. What? They were married? What are you talking about? The Finster says The Force Unleashed 2 was a clone and was more. So he would have to be a clone in Ahsoka. Yeah, I guess. But what I'm more saying is it will be different than the games. It won't be a copy and paste of the games. Obviously, it can't be. So maybe they'll change the story a little bit, Finsta. Swagger Lega says, I've only seen another commenter mention this. In one of the TV spots, Morok and Ahsoka running together in a forest. I slowed the clip down and it's not Sabine. Do they team up? Well, maybe they're just like, maybe it's the same thing where it looks like they're teaming up against that droid in the trailer when they chop it in half. It's just maybe them in the middle of a fight running alongside of each other. Maybe it's something to do with the fight that they're having, and it's just the choreography type stuff. Like maybe it's led to make us believe that they're working together, but they're not. You know. You pal Joe, what's up? You pal Joe says, how late am I? You're about 39 minutes late. How could you? No, just kidding. You're good. Anthony says, Mike, sorry I'm late. Jeez, you guys are all late today. What the hell? It's like I only pushed the stream up by 2 hours and didn't tell any of you guys about it. No, much love for all you guys being here. Sorry I'm late. Cleaning half of a bathroom. Well, maybe you should clean the other half, Anthony. Jeez, what's half a bathroom going to do for you? I thoroughly enjoyed the 2-part season premiere of Ahsoka. Probably the most Star Wars content we've gotten since the Clone Wars. Yeah, maybe The Mandalorian season 2. Maybe The Mandalorian season 2. But yeah, since then, the most Star Wars-y feeling stuff I've seen in a long time. Yeah. Your pal Joe says, damn, what's up, Mike? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing great, your pal Joe. What is up with you? Your pal, Swagger says, lol. Salty Texas Ranger says, I don't think Disney understands because Sabine should have collapsed unconscious. She did. From losing a kidney and at least needed back to... I'm not intense physical therapy if not intense physical therapy to recover. Well, she does get a lot of medical help, but the medical stuff in Star Wars is a lot different. I get the back to tank maybe, but she does have some sort of like healing stuff on her. Back to tank would have kind of just given people flashbacks to Boba Fett, and I don't think we want that. It would be funny if they brought it to like Tatooine and they were like, Boba, we need your back to tank, and they threw Sabine in and was like, and that would be hilarious. If that's how Boba Fett was in this show, I would have stood up and applauded during our live stream. By the way, huge thank you to everybody who came to the watch party. We broke records on that watch party for the most people total. I think we had 289, and the previous record was 207. So huge shout out to all you guys who came by, even if it was just for a brief second. Much love to all of you guys. Yeah. Where was I? Your pal Joe says, what are our hot topics today? Well, right now we're talking about Starkiller coming into live action, that the Inquisitor himself is Sam Witwer under the mask because he was credited in the credits for episode 2, and that that's going to be Starkiller, and we're getting Starkiller in live action. Insane. That is the hot topic for right now. We do have some more hot topics to get into later, though. So yeah, you came at the perfect time, you pal. You came at your perfect time. The Finster says, thoughts on Dark Force remastered trailer? Dark Forces remastered trailer? Is there a Dark Forces remastered trailer? I have not seen that. Hang on. Let me look this up. Dark Forces. What? Is this real? 1 day ago. Wait, what? Are they actually remastering this game? Oh, is this at the Gamescom thing on Tuesday? Holy crap. That's pretty cool. So yeah, you got the classic 1995 Star Wars first-person shooter Dark Forces being remastered. That's pretty cool. Should we watch this trailer? You guys want to watch the trailer? Do you want to watch the trailer? Do you want to watch the trailer? Should we watch the trailer? Give me a 1 into the chat if you guys want to watch this trailer. If you guys want to watch this trailer. Your pal Joe says yes. Took me 43 minutes, guys. Took me 43 minutes. Oh, look at all those ones. You guys are the best. You guys know that you guys are just continually getting better at being the best. Let's watch this trailer. Let's do it. And while you're at it, smash a like on the video if you want to watch this trailer. All right, let's watch this trailer for Star Wars Dark Forces Remastered. Anybody play Dark Forces? It was before my time, but I've seen gameplay of it, obviously. But it was before my time, seeing how I was not born in 1995. Anybody in the chat play Dark Forces? Anybody? Let's watch this trailer. Let's do it. Is the volume good? The volume good? Can you guys hear me okay? The old LucasArts logo, that's pretty cool. That's the original thing. Is it just getting remastered or remade? Anybody? Oh, that's freaking cool. It goes from the old grainy 1995 quality to the new one. That's cool. Is anybody else confused right now? Is this the remastered version of the game? Because it looks like shit. Oh.
The Emperor has approved your test demonstration, General Monk.
5 days.
Honestly, not that impressed.
The Emperor has approved your test demonstration, General Monk.
They're not really going for a big
5
time
days ago,
remaster.
the Empire attacked one of our secret bases. Intelligence thinks that this may be an act of retaliation for the destruction of the Death Star.
So under it says pre-alpha footage, some content shown is not finished. I'm hoping none of it's finished. Honestly, I don't like it. I thought they were actually going to remaster it to make it look like a new game, or at least like, have you seen the Halo games remastered? Something like that. Like it didn't, like they didn't make it smooth or anything. They didn't make the combat better. That was not what I wanted, I guess. Not what I expected to see right there. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Salty Texas Ranger says, I had it on the original PlayStation. Wow, that's cool. Pal Joe says, I was 1 year old, so no. The Finster says, Rogue One retconned this game. Well, yeah, I don't think this game is canon, but yeah. Honey Badger says, I think we're getting the Rakata Empire in Ahsoka, or at least a brief hint to it. So yeah, the thing about the Rakata Empire was it's so ancient. It was from thousands of years ago, but they kind of just disappeared. So it's possible we do see some Rakata in the New Beyond, but I doubt they'll be the Empire that we think we know them as. Yeah. Rhyme? Is it Rhyme? How do you pronounce? I know I'm so sorry. I'll probably mess it up a million times, but correct me if I'm wrong. It says, at work, but still won't miss this show. Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Pal Joe says, I think it's a remaster. Did they do anything? I know, it doesn't look like they did anything to the gameplay, honestly. It looks kind of weird. Swagger Like Us says, the Doom era aesthetic. Yeah, it does feel like Doom. Yeah. Still looks like Nintendo 64. I completely agree. I love the hell out of Dark Forces. Really, Salty? What do you think about the remaster? It doesn't look like it's remastered at all, honestly. Honey Badger says, lol, it looks like a year forward advance. Not that great. I think that the ancient people Morgan was talking about when she used used the map to the world between worlds is the Rakata. I agree with that. I do agree with that, unless they're going to replace it with like the Grisk or something, which would also make sense. But I do think it will be the Rakata. Yeah. Halo Remastered was incredible. I agree. Why does that game not look as good as it should? I'm confused. I'm confused. Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. And by the way, right now, this poll is at 55% of you do think that the Inquisitor could be Starkiller, which is almost 50-50, but that's still kind of cool. Disinferno says, I cried when Sabine was watching Ezra's message. Yeah, there was a lot of emotional stuff in there. For hardcore Rebel fans, myself included in that statement, it was pretty emotional to see a lot of those characters in live action and, of course, relive the stuff that Sabine had to go through with losing Ezra. The Finster says, have you seen the remastered cut scenes on the PC version of Shadows of the Empire? No, I have not, but that sounds like it would probably be better than the game we just watched. Shadow of the Empire is a far better game, I think. Honey Badger says, to me, it looked like the out scenes were the only things they remastered, in my opinion. Yeah, but even those did not look all that like new or good, even. Yeah. All right, let's get back to business here. Let's read some of these Rotten Tomato scores for the Ahsoka show, shall we? Let's read some of them. So, Rodrigo Perez from the playlist says Ahsoka stands on its own 2 feet rather than just a building block in service of something bigger. That's true. Ahsoka is its own story. It is its own story. Let me pull this over so the chat's not blocking it. well, let me just... Okay, that doesn't work. Let's just go to there. Boom, perfect. The chat's going to block it a little bit, but that's whatever. Ahsoka is its own story. Let's read a bad review because Kristen Maldonado is back, and we hate this lady. Look at. We'll roast her after we read her review. The first 2 episodes of Ahsoka are incredibly slow and wooden. Did she hit her head before she watched this episode, or did she get sent the wrong episodes, or the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka are incredibly slow and wooden. Rosario Dawson is very flat in the title role, but Natasha Liobordizzo is a standout. Superfans may enjoy the show, but newcomers and casuals will be lost. Hey, Kristen, you're stupid. Your face is stupid. Your name is stupid. Your take is stupid. How about you just... should we all just go to the pop culture planet and just get Kristen fired? This is the worst take I've heard in quite a long time, but let's go see what... I'll Queen, stupid name, has to say about this too. A generic MacGuffin tug-of-war plot dressed up in Star Wars clothing. Again, Disney tries to make females shine by saying they are important, but not letting them actually do anything important. Like, did they watch the same show as us? I'm very confused here, guys. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Did this person who just kind of just given her herself the name Queen, which kind of seems a little bit self-centered if you ask me, is she right? Am I way off here? What is going on? Am I just stupid and dumb? And am I the problem, guys? Am I the problem? Or are these people just the stupidest of stupid? Let's read some good ones here. Eric Degan, who's a top critic, says, Ahsoka is a series I'll keep watching. Well, I guess that's good. Ahsoka is also pretty serious in tone, which so far is both its strength and its flaw. Although you do wonder who it's for other than the diehards. Well, it's for everybody, stupid. It's a reminder that Star Wars is in the right hands can be great. This is perfect. Perfectly put by Matthew Simpson of Exclaim. He's talking about Dave Filoni, of course. Star Wars, it's a reminder that Star Wars in the right hands can be great. It is. Star Wars can be great when it's in the right hands. Let's find one more bad one so we can crap on one more person. It's hard to find bad ones. Holy crap, what the hell? Scrolling through pages on page. Oh, here we go. Jonathan Sims. We already hate this guy. We've already read his, so he's stupid. We read Fred's too, actually, last time too. And we read hers too. Jeez. Why is there only like 4 people? Oh, here we go. Moron. We already read morons. Let's go to Nick Hilton, who's a top critic. Here we go. The production design as flat and flimsy as the characterizations. Ahsoka herself is, on paper, a badass, but on the screen, she feels joyless. 2 out of 5. Nick, you're an idiot. Like, that's as simple as that. The production design is as flat and flimsy as the characterization. What show are these people watching? What quality TV are you watching this on? Is it the 1995 TV that we played the Dark Forces game on? What are they watching this on? I'm so confused here. Perry Neroff, a top critic, says the MVPs of the 2 episodes are Kevin Kiner and the droids and the Lothcats. Well, that's okay. Ahsoka is quite stiff to start, but given the wealth of rich character and story details in play, hopefully the show will find its groove as it progresses. That's not a terrible review, but she did give it a 2.5 out of 10. I don't know. I maybe I'm stupid, but maybe these people are stupid. What do you guys think? Am I the stupid one here? Am I the stupid one here? Pal Joe says, "Oh God, here we go again. The last person hasn't watched any animation. Clearly, is Ray Park canceled for real? I don't think so, but maybe. I'm not really up to date on that whole situation." Honey Badger says, "What do you mean? Lightning McQueen lost her mind. Shin killed a lot of rebels, then went after Sabine. Sabine fought for the map to Thrawn and even unlocked it. And Ahsoka is the main character, and they are doing something important. Yeah, the whole story is about something important. I couldn't agree more. Swagger Like Us says, Queen, Lightning McQueen says, Lightning McQueen, definitely didn't watch any Star Wars Rebels or Clone Wars related. Yeah, I agree. I agree that this lady clearly was not anything up to date. Is Ray Park canceled from Star Wars? I don't think he is. He was in the Solo movie. I don't think he is. But it is possible. Honey Badger says she probably liked episode 8. Probably. Is Ray Park canceled from Star Wars? I don't know. The fence. I don't know. Honey Badger says she's supposed to be joyless. Do you not know her life story? Are we serious? Is she supposed to be happy? She left the Order, her master became Darth Vader, and she almost died by his hand and narrowly escaped. Death twice? I would be joyless too. For real. Finn, what's up? Finn says, man, people just don't understand character arcs, huh? Sorry, I'm late. Don't worry about it. But yeah, they clearly don't. And our poll's gone to 50-50 of you guys thinking that it could be the Star Killers, the Inquisitor. I think those people are just dumb. The good news is that it's literally gone up to a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes, and that within itself is insane. So let's take another quick look at this. 93 on Rotten Tomatoes. That's amazing. It's better than almost every other Star Wars Disney Plus show, I would guess. I don't know. What's the Mando Season 2's Rotten Tomatoes? Can we just look that up? Mandalorian Season 2. Well, that didn't work. Mandalorian. Let's go 2019, I guess. So Mandalorian, I think this is all 3 seasons, has a 90. So there you go. It's already better than Mandalorian. And even the critics' audience review, I should say, is higher as well. So let's go back to Ahsoka. This is a great sign. Great start, great sign, great everything. And I can't wait for more. Can't wait. Finn says, been rewatching the first 2 episodes constantly whilst waiting for episode 3. Yeah, me too. I've already watched these episodes 4 times all the way through, which is insane. They're so damn good. Salty Texas Ranger says, I saw nothing wrong with the way Ahsoka was being portrayed by Rosario. Me either. Haters have been saying that she's too rigid and emotionless. I think she's just a senior citizen and tired. Well, I don't think she's emotionless. I think the problem is that something has gone on. Of course, she died once already, but something went down with her and Sabine. Now, we don't know what that is yet, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. She did seem a little bit happier towards the end when Sabine came back to her. Honey Badger says it's grown up Ahsoka. She's not a child anymore, and she has to bear the weight of a lot of loss and deception, and has escaped death not once but twice, and has the pressure of finding Ezra and Thrawn at the same time as training Sabine. There's a lot on her plate, people. Yeah, true. Finn says, let Ahsoka rest. Yeah. Yeah. The Finster says, will we get to see a Phineas and Fred Star Wars sequel? No. Oh, Phineas and Ferb Star Wars sequel? Maybe. I don't know. They're getting new seasons of Phineas and Ferb show. Are they really? That's kind of cool. Disinferno says, I hope they use on Vong so much in this new distant galaxy. Yeah, I hope the Yuuzhan Vong are introduced as well. Maybe that's the ancient people that Elsbeth could be referring to too. There's only really 3 options. It's the Yuuzhan Vong, it's the Rakata, and it's what is the third one? I'm completely blanking on their names. Not the Chiss, the Grisk. Thank you. The Grisk. Yeah. The Grisk. So it's the Grisk, the Yuuzhan Vong, or the Rakata. That's it. Those are your 3 options of the New Beyond ancient people that Elsbeth refers to. I'm losing my voice. I can feel it. Honey Badger says, to be honest, 90% of the comments I've seen have been positive. Oh, it's been way more than 90 for me even. It seems like this show, so far at least, just 2 episodes in, so far at least, has been extremely positive for the Star Wars fan base. And again, even the negative ones aren't that negative. They're like, oh, Ahsoka seems a little bummed out. Oh, Sabine probably shouldn't have been cut in half or stabbed and survived. But other than that, it's probably been 97% positive. Also, I'm surprised to see so many people saying that the premiere didn't confuse them, even though they never watched Rebels. I'm not that surprised. If you go back and watch these 2 episodes from the point of view of somebody who hasn't ever been introduced to these characters before, doesn't know Ahsoka, doesn't know Sabine, doesn't know Hera, doesn't know anybody, it still makes a lot of sense. Now, you won't know who Ezra is, but that'll be like the same as a mystery in a different sort of thing. It's like, I said this on last stream. It's very similar to if you're watching the original trilogy and you never saw the prequel trilogy. You didn't know what the Clone Wars was when Obi-Wan mentions it in A New Hope. You didn't know who Anakin was. You don't know who Vader is. Like, all that stuff is a mystery, but it eventually gets uncovered as you go along. So I think that's where you would be at if you never saw Rebels, if you're watching Ahsoka for the first time. Think about it. We get introduced to Baylan and Shin. We've never seen them before, but there's still the mystery of him being in Order 66, surviving Order 66, being a Jedi before. Like, all that stuff is a mystery to us. But if there was a show that introduced Baylan before, if you hadn't watched that show, then this would be your first introduction to Baylan. It still makes sense. It makes sense. And Dave Filoni wanted that to happen. He did. Yeah. Salty Texas Ranger says, dude, this is 2023 Disney. She was upset because her and Sabine were married and they were broken up. Well, they weren't married. What do you mean? I swear to God, I heard Ahsoka say they were married. What are you talking about? Go find the clip of that, Salty Texas Ranger, because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. They weren't married. They were master and apprentice. Finn says, people just have to be positive and happy at all times, apparently, according to these bad reviews. I guess so. The people who are consistently negative on their reviews for shows claim that characters need to be positive and happy all the time. It's crazy. And it's crazy because it seems to me that the only positive and happy fan base is this one right here. The community that we have around this channel is probably 95% positive, and we're the only ones. And it's wild. It is wild. The Finsta says, Kenobi show was trash and Reva sucked. There you go. There's some negativity right there. Ahsoka show is starting off better than Kenobi so far. That should be good enough for the true haters of Ahsoka or Rebels. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Well, I don't agree that Kenobi was all trash. I do agree that Reva sucked. But yeah, I agree that Ahsoka is off to a way better start than most of these other projects. I do. And it was funny because even during the live watch party that we did on Tuesday, I think it was Badger, probably somebody else, and probably even myself, said that already it's better than the sequel trilogy. It's already got better lightsaber duels, it's already got better story, and it's a very similar story. It opens up with a map. You're trying to get to this map to find this hidden Thrawn. It's very similar to The Force Awakens. There's a hidden map to get to Luke, who's missing. It's a very similar story arc here. It might be Dave Filoni poking a little bit fun at the sequel trilogy, which is pretty cool. Kenobi was a bit disappointing. Yeah, Kenobi was a bit disappointing, but it wasn't trash. Finn says, I wouldn't say Kenobi was trash, just a lot of it was extremely underwhelming. You can't say it's trash just because of the finale. That's as simple as that. That finale, the conversation between Anakin when his voice is changing, and Obi-Wan is one of the most iconic scenes now in Star Wars already. Yeah. I was upset with the writing more than anything. Yeah, and you gotta hand that to, what the hell is his name? I always forget his name because I hate him so much I don't even want to think about him once. Who's the guy who did the writing for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? Help me out. Help me out. Help! Help! Where was I? Your pal Joe says, I talked to casual fans at work today about the Ahsoka show, and he absolutely loved it. He hasn't seen any of the animation, but was able to appreciate a good show. Yeah, that's kind of where the fandom's at right now. Kind of where it's at. We can appreciate the good show. Swagger Like Us says, please be the Grisk. I want Dave. I know Dave won't go against Thrawn's story. Thrawn really isn't a villain. And I ultimately believe that the threat will shift to the Yuuzhan Vong or the Grisk. I do think that is possible. But as of right now, Thrawn is the danger. He is the threat. Salty Texas Ranger says, I will say, after the weird opening crawl, the rest of the content in the show looked and felt a little bit, felt like they fit it perfectly with George Lucas's movies. The weird opening crawl is another complaint that I find ridiculous. Of course, it's not going to have the same opening crawl as the movies. It's not a movie. And it is a spin-off show of a different character. So obviously it has to be a different font. It has to be different. And I loved it. I loved the opening crawl. Honey Badger says the score, the fights, the characters, the story, and the way it has been shot so far is perfect to me. It feels like Star Wars straight out of George's concept. Dave so far has done a great job. So far, and has done a great job so far. And I really can't see what happens throughout the season. So many possibilities, and that we're only 2 episodes in with 6 left to go. Yeah. It is quite the fantastic start to this show. Yeah. Finn says, I wouldn't say Kenobi was trash. Oh, sorry, I already read that. Honey Badger says, Ahsoka, Shin, Natasha, Balin, Morok have clear different fighting styles and techniques, and that's really separate from the sequel trilogy. It's not just slashing sabers back and forth. It's actual poetry. Yeah, the fight scenes are amazing. The choreography is great. You can see that, like, when Shin fights Sabine is clearly rusty and Shin is not, and she's just toying with her until she stabs her in the stomach. When Ahsoka fights the Inquisitor, again, choreography amazing. Dave really knows his stuff, and it's showing. Finn says, I'd say that the first 2 episodes in the finale of Kenobi were great, but everything in between was just meh and unnecessary. Agreed. The Finster says, Book of Boba Fett versus Mando Season 3. Ooh, interesting. I would actually say the Book of Boba Fett. The 2 Mando episodes in that show elevate it so much more in my mind. Luke training Grogu episode is so damn good. Probably one of the best Disney Plus episodes there is, if not the best. So that alone elevates it. So I would say Book of Boba Fett over Mando Season 3. Yeah. Swagger Like Us says, your pal Joe, one thing about screenwriting is that all characters talk like real people. Andor's writing was amazing. I just don't know any people in real life that speak like that. That's true. I mean, Star Wars has always had dialogue where it's like, who talks like that? Who really talks like that? And George has always gotten a bunch of crap for the dialogue that he creates. But yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean, but I don't agree. I don't agree. I think Star Wars dialogue is awesome. You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. Yeah. Honey Badger says the best Star Wars so far has been Mando Season 1 and 2 and Ahsoka. Everything else falls short, even Mando Season 3, and I'm the biggest Mando fan there is. I wouldn't say everything else falls short. You do have Rebels, you do have Clone Wars Season 7, you do have even the Bad Batch feels very Star Wars. The video games feel very Star Wars. So yeah, I wouldn't say just those things, but I do know what you're saying. The opening crawl was badass. I agree, pal Joe. I do agree. Kinner's music with the crawl, wow. Yeah, the music was spectacular from start to finish with this show. Pal Joe says, I wasn't a huge fan of Leia's story in Kenobi. It didn't make sense to me. I thought the story should have been more focused on Anakin and Obi-Wan. The entire score of Ahsoka was mind-blowing, though. Yeah, I agree. I think that the problem was with Kenobi that Leia was needed to bring him off Tatooine. Her story was needed to get him off of the planet because he wasn't going to leave Luke for just no reason. He had to get off the show off the planet because of Leia. They just spent too much time with young Leia. The chase scene was stupid. The interrogation with Reva was stupid. There's too much stupid stuff with Leia that could have been cut. Yeah, I agree. The Finster says, Reva will not get a spin-off show. Thank God. I really hope not. She should be dead to Vader. It was cool how Vader was toying with her, and I laughed the whole fight. Yeah, that fight between Reva and Vader was amazing. That choreography was really good. You have to give credit to the Obi-Wan Kenobi show where credit is due. The choreography in those lightsaber fights was amazing. Reva versus Vader, when Vader just toys with her, is so damn good. The only problem with that fight is that Reva didn't die. She should have died then and there, and that would have been a great ending for her story, but that's where she should have died. Someone can't decide in the poll. I can see it bouncing back and forth, but 53% of you right now do think that Starkiller is that Inquisitor, which is wild. Wild. The guy, what's up? The guy says, do you think Ezra is in front of our noses this whole time? No. I think Ezra is missing. I think Ezra will be a late entry to the season. Sulfur Squirrel. What's up? Sulfur Squirrel says, I would tune in, but I can't finish it. That's okay, Sulfur. Hey, Sulfur Squirrel, can you hit me up on either Discord or on Instagram or something in the DMs? You won the pop figure there, and I gotta get your info. You know, the info. Oh yeah, if you guys want to become a member, we do giveaways at least once a month, if not multiple times a month. We did our first ever giveaway during the stream on Tuesday, and we had 3 awesome members win some cool stuff, 2 pop figures and a cool Star Wars shirt. Yeah. So become a member today by hitting that join button next to the subscribe or the link in the description. It's awesome support that you guys can give to the channel. Still waiting on the first ever super chat too. No pressure or anything, but just thought I'd shout that out. Your pal Joe says, Sabine's bike scene had some sick music in the background, almost like she was riding, she had a radio on, so cool. Well, yeah, that's kind of what they were giving out, like she was listening to the radio. That's why it goes a little bit quieter when she turns on the comm for the other guy. I heard people complaining about that scene, and it blew my mind. That was such a great intro for Sabine. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Honey Badger says, I meant more the show-wise than overall. I love Tales of the Jedi and the Jedi games and Rogue One. Yeah, true. I get what you mean. Darth Josepher, great name, says, for the Empire. Yeah, that was a cool scene. When the guy stands up and goes, for the Empire, and they just kill all of them in the room. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, I agree. Salty Texas Ranger says, yes, I agree to that statement. So far, Dave Filoni has maintained his reputation. He has earned from his work with the Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Rebels, Chapter 13 of The Mandalorian, Season 2. Yeah, he really has kept up that name. He's unbelievable. Everything he touches turns to gold. Finn says, Mike, what do you think about the announcement that Mando is coming to physical media? I can't wait to finally own Mando Season 1 and Season 2 in 4K discs. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. Actually, I still have it pulled up right here. Boom. There they are, Season 1 and Season 2. You can get them for December 12th, I think it was. That's pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of people like getting the discs and stuff, especially for like if and when the apocalypse ever hits, you can still watch the discs you have. Pro Mike Connor, what's up? Pro Mike says, what's up? Not much. What's up with you? Did you like the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka? Well, now that we have more people here, put your ranking in the chat. What did you think of those first 2 episodes of Ahsoka? Rank it out of 10 now that we got more people there to give their rankings. Wow, we got 17 people. Everybody smash a like on this video. And welcome. The guy says, do you think Ashley Eckstein will have a cameo? Yes, I actually do. And here's when and where I think it will happen. So, I think Ashley will voice young Ahsoka. I think we're going to get some young Ahsoka flashbacks with her and Anakin during the Clone Wars. And in that, I think we'll have Hayden Christensen de-aged and voicing Anakin. And then we'll have a younger actress acting as Ahsoka, but the voice will be Ashley Eckstein. I do think we will get some Ashley in there. Yeah. Ashley will get a cameo, I do believe. The Finster says, what Star Wars do you have on physical media? The animated intro is like Kurt in the JJ reboot in 2019. Is like Kurt in the JJ reboot in 2019. Oh, you mean Star Trek? The animated intro was like the Kurt in. I don't really know what you're talking about, the Finster. But what physical Star Wars media do I have? Well, I have all the original trilogy movies. I don't have the sequels. I have the prequels and the originals, and I don't have any of the shows either. But yeah, I do hope to get more. I do hope to get more. The guy says, shout out to Mr. Krabs for making a cameo and introducing Sabine even though she didn't show. That was awesome. So that character is Ryder from Star Wars Rebels. But if you guys don't know what the guy is talking about here, that actor who played the guy who was introducing Ahsoka, let me pull him up real quick here. Mr. Krabs, this is what I'm looking up. Mr. Krabs in Ahsoka. And I bet you it comes up. Ready? Oh, there he is. Mr. Krabs in Ahsoka. So this guy who plays Ryder is Mr. Krabs. He's the voice of Mr. Krabs. This guy right here. He's the voice of Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. Jesus, brain fart right there. From SpongeBob. But actually, what's very interesting about this guy as well is he voiced Savage Opress in the Clone Wars, brother to Darth Maul, which is very, very cool. And what would make it even cooler is if he's on the set at the same time as the Inquisitor guy. If the Inquisitor really is Sam Witwer, then the brothers, Darth Maul and Savage, are back together. How cool is that? I mean, Dave Filoni, talk about Dave Filoni being the GOAT. He literally takes his friends, the guys he worked with on the Clone Wars and Rebels, and brings them back to play characters. Like this guy played Savage on the Clone Wars. Dave knows him, and he was like, hey, come back and play Ryder in live action. That's why I do think Ashley will be in this show, by the way. Make a small voice cameo, probably. It's because he knows how to take care of his friends. He does. Yeah. Cool little Easter egg right there. Cool little Easter egg right there. Finn says, I gave these 2 episodes a 9 out of 10. Very good. Your pal Joe says 9.7 out of 10. I'm at a 9.5 out of 10, so I'm right kind of in between you guys. Your pal Joe says, I buy discs for movies for special features that come out. Yeah, that's true. So the Mandalorian's going to have some special like edition stuff. So we'll see. We shall see. Hang on one second. One quick second here, guys. Got to fix something on my end. This is being annoying and really just hurting my feelings. Okay, fixed it. Fixed it. Sorry about that. Russell says, it was okay, but oh no, Russell, did you not like the episode? Russell, rank it out of 10, Russell, you still here? Russell, no. Yeah, Salty Texas Ranger says, Ahsoka Chapter 1 and 2 is a 9 out of 10 for me. I'll definitely be buying Mando's Blu-rays. Always buy the physical media. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying those as well. Crazy. We're at 50-50 on this poll with 20 votes in, which is a lot. 20 votes in, 50-50. And thinking that Starkiller will be that. That's crazy. The guy says, has your girlfriend started this show yet? No. So she's actually very behind on shows. He's talking about the girl who loves Star Wars. She'll come on stream eventually. She's got to catch up on shows. The problem is I want to watch them with her so I can explain what's going on. She's fully new to Star Wars. She's seen the prequels. She's seen the originals. She's seen sequels. She loves the prequels the most so far. And she's seen Kenobi and the Clone Wars movie. We haven't gotten into the Clone Wars yet, but we're going to watch Clone Wars, Rebels, and then go into Mando Season 1, 2, Book of Boba Fett Season 3, and then this. So, no, she has not watched it, but she will eventually. Yeah. Russell says, the bad Jedis were the best. Hope they don't make Thrawn look like a weenie. I hope they don't either. I think Thrawn will be done well because he was already done well in Rebels. And Dave Filoni did Rebels, and now Dave Filoni's doing this as well. Yeah. Finn says, Clancy Brown is an absolute legend. Yeah, so Clancy Brown is the guy who voices Savage, Mr. Krabs, and now is in Ahsoka. Salty Texas Ranger says, it was a delight to see Clancy Brown reprise his role in this. Yeah, agreed. Russell says, need me a Loth cat. Yeah, Loth cats were wicked cool. The fact that they made them practical effects too was so cool. Dave really loves the practical effects, and so do we. I mean, Grogu literally has some CGI to him, but he's mostly practical effect, and that's wild. That is wild. The Finster says, Sabine's intro is like Kirk's in Star Trek reboot in 2009. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that Star Trek reboot in a long time, so I don't remember his intro, but I'll take your word for it. Did he voice Ryder in Rebels? That's a good question. I don't know. Did Clancy Brown voice? Let's ask the internet. Clancy Brown voice of Ryder? Question mark. That's what I just looked up. Okay, let's see. Let us see. Clancy Brown reprises his role as Lothal Governor Ryder. There you go. He previously voiced the character in Star Wars Rebels. There you go. That's cool. So that's another voice coming to live action as the role that he played. That's so cool. So now you got Bo-Katan, Ryder, Thrawn. Anybody else? Probably missing a few, but that's it so far. Pretty cool. Honey Badger says, I feel like knowing Thrawn is if he's stuck for 10 years, he has access to the Night Sisters, learned their powers somehow, and could and possibly wield them. No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to wield the Night Sister magic, but I do think he will have strong connection, like strong actual people. Holy crap. Pause everything. We have received the first ever super chat. Huge shout out to Darth Josepher. What's up, Darth Josepher, with a gigantic $2 super chat for the first ever time ever. Says, how they gonna hire New Republic workers? How they not gonna hire New Republic workers? I'm guessing you're referring to Empire loyalists still chasing checks. Oh yeah, you're referring to when on Corellia, where there's all those Imperials working on the New Republic base. Yes, true. How are they not going to hire the New Republic workers? It was a cool ass scene. Seeing that the Empire is still high up in government all around the place is very cool. Thank you so much for the $2. Could not appreciate it more. First ever super chat, Darth Josepher. Huge shout out to you. And thanks a bunch. Just made my day. Just made my week. Just made my year, Darth Josepher. Huge shout out to you. Where was I? Salty Texas Ranger says, Clancy Brown was also the drill instructor in Starship Trooper. I don't know. Finn says, Clancy Brown was also amazing as the prison guard in Shawshank Redemption. Yes, actually, I was just talking to somebody about that today. Rhyme says, I have all the media, even the holiday special on Blu-ray. What? That's sick. Even the holiday special? That's so cool. That's awesome. Finn says, same. Wow. I bring out the holiday special Blu-ray every year as a tradition. That's so cool. Yeah. Is the holiday special on Disney Plus? It should be if it's not. Swagger Like Us says, I remember young Clancy Brown in The Bad Boys in 1983. That was a classic. I don't remember that, but I take your word for it. Russell says a 7 out of 10-ish. They spent too much time dilly-dallying with Hera. And Hera not looking so good. Sabine getting stabbed was completely BS. It would cauterize the wound, and there would be a lot of internal plumbing problems. Well, we do see a lot of people get stabbed a lot in Star Wars that survive. We do see a lot of people get their arms chopped off, their legs chopped off. Fennec Shand gets shot in the gut. She's got all like a metal insides now. Star Wars is a little bit different than that. 7-ish is still pretty good, Russell. I will give you that. The dilly-dallying, I love a little dilly-dally. And Hera not looking so good. I actually disagree with you on that one. I think Hera, for what she is, being a Twi'lek in live action, looked great. She looked great. But I appreciate your opinion and takes, and hopefully those internal plumbing problems can get fixed by you, Russell, if you know what I mean. Salty Texas Ranger says, It was very apparent that Dave is extremely proud of his creation, the Loth Cat. Yeah, he really is. We got a lot of Loth Cats in those first couple episodes. Your pal Joe says, that's sick. I heard the voice of Ahsoka and was like, oh my, voice in Ahsoka and was like, oh my God, that's the same guy. Yeah, you guys were saying that live during the watch party, and I was like, oh my God, is that actually Ryder? Another huge shout out to Darth Josepher, the $2 hauler. Amazing. The Finster says, where and how do I get the holiday special on Blu-ray? I know, right? I want one now too. Yeah, I want one now too. So I guess says, props to Darth Josepher. Yeah, awesome. The guy says, I say that Clancy Brown in The Mandalorian Season 1 as a big tribute, a big brooding alien, and looks like the devil in the prison episode with Bill Burr. Is that Clancy Brown, the devil guy from, is that him? Let's look it up. Clancy, is he just in all of Star Wars? Clancy Brown in Mando. Oh my God, you're right. Huh. The more you know. He was in The Mandalorian too. Jeez, Clancy Brown is all around Star Wars. Oops. He's this guy from Mando Season 1. Or was it Mando Season 2? Mando Season 2. I'm running out of water, guys. I'm losing my voice. This is very cool. Very, very cool. Clancy Brown knows his stuff when it comes to Star Wars, I guess. Knows how to get in. Knows the in. Darth Josepher says, I got you, homie. Thanks a bunch. Honey Badger says, I blame Mon Mothma for the Empire being in the New Republic. Yeah, I mean, she's not doing a great job, to say the least. Honey Badger says, but how has none of us brought up the showstopper, Chopper? I know, Chopper was great. He's absolutely amazing. Cannot wait to get more of him. And actually being able to understand him talk was definitely one of my favorite parts in the second episode. Yeah, he's awesome. Hearing him say, like, I got a bad feeling about this. That was his first line, was I got a bad feeling about this. It was awesome. Yeah. Darth Josepher says, the Goth Jedi? What about the Goth Jedi? I'm confused. Honey Badger says, but how has none of us brought... Oh, I just read that. Oh, I just skipped a bunch of chats. My fault, guys. Oh, wait, my fault, guys. What's the Discord? Self Squirrel. It's in the description below. The link to it. Or just DM me on Instagram. Have any of you noticed the New Republic soldiers were wearing white stormtrooper boots? Kind of looks silly to me. Were they really? I did not see that, Salty. Darth Josepher says, we are both guys who love Star Wars. There's a lot of guys in here that love Star Wars, Darth Josepher, but welcome. And much appreciated. The animated Boba Fett cartoon from the holiday special is on Disney Plus. Yeah, but is the actual holiday special like the one with Luke looking like a weirdo on there? I think everyone looks great in live action. Me too. I agree with that. Shin is a straight up total beast. Fell in love with her the second she hit the screen. The Goth Jedi. Oh, the Goth Jedi. The guy says, Hera dilly-dallying? No, not Hera dilly-dallying. The dilly-dallying and Hera. Hera looks off-putting at first, but she got that cake. Damn, son. Okay. Let's calm down, guys. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Okay. Where was I? Honey Badger says, but how has some of us... Oh, I just keep reading that same chat. Sorry, Badger. Rim says, I found it on eBay holiday special. Ooh, there you go. It's on eBay. Darth Drew, what's up? Darth Drew says, what's up from Italy? Me and my partner have been traveling, so I haven't been able to watch for a while. Weird times. Also, Dave saved Star Wars. Darth Drew, you're traveling to Italy? That's so cool. Did you get to watch Ahsoka at least? That's so damn cool, Darth Drew. Glad to hear it. Hope you have a blast. Honey Badger says, yes, that was Tom Clancy as the devil in Mando scene. Pretty cool. Salty Texas Ranger says, I got my Star Wars Holiday Special on DVD years ago on eBay. By the way, I watched this on TV in 1978. What? That's so cool, Salty. That's so cool. Mando Season 2 was just peak Mando. It really was. It really was. Good Cups Follow Orders. The latest I've ever been. It's been a shame. Yeah, I know. You guys completely missed when I pulled out this bad Larry. Completely missed it. Thoughts on the Thoughts on the despecialized edition? The despecialized edition? Oh, thoughts on the despecialized edition. You mean like the original cuts of Star Wars? I think I don't mind the special edition. I wasn't like at the age where I was like, oh, this is stupid. This isn't the original. Blah blah blah. I don't know. Whatever George likes, I guess. Thoughts on the Star Wars Star Wars edition? He wanted to make it look like the special edition shouldn't have been. I don't know. You lost me there. Finn says, Shin Hati, more like Shin Hottie. I've actually heard that one before, Finn. But, yeah. Okay, sure. The Finster says, 2006 got DVDs and despecialized editions on the 4K. Ooh, interesting. The guy says, start calling your subscribers fans, the homie. Like that love Star Wars. Oh, fans, the homies that love Star Wars. No. No, the guys who love Star Wars. Darth Josepher says, I think the space whales in the sky when Balin looked up was a super cool Easter egg. Yeah, me too. I think a lot of people actually missed that too. When Balin looks up and you see like the shadow of a Purgle. The Purgle are going to be extremely important to the show, obviously. We see them in the trailer. Darth Drew says, in Italy currently, and we have watched the episodes every night before hitting the hay. Bro, Morok is definitely Starkiller. That's so cool. That's so cool that you're watching him every day. That's awesome. It sounds like a blast in Italy. But yeah, he's definitely Starkiller. I agree. And you guys, at 52%, wow, we are split down the middle. We are. Look up Adwen Star Wars Special Edition trailer. Maybe next stream, the Finster, I do have to get on out of here very soon. I really have to pee and I have to go eat something, but I have to get out of here. That's why we didn't do the 6 o'clock stream. I got something at 6 o'clock, so I do have to get on out of here very soon. Finn says, all right, then I'll try this one sec. Shin Hati, more like Shin Love Me. That's a good one. Made me laugh. All right, let's end this poll. 52%. Did this one add up to 100? This one added up to 100. Oh, no, it didn't. It added up to 100 before, and now it just changed it to... I don't know why it does that. Darth Drew says, great seeing everybody. Great seeing you, Darth Drew. Hope you have a blast in Italy, by the way. That sounds like a fun-ass time. Before we get on out of here, though, I do want to watch this trailer, because I wanted to watch this early on in the stream, but, it's... whatever. We didn't get to it. It's okay, guys. We'll watch it right now. We'll watch this, and we'll get on out of here momentarily. Smash a like on this video while I pull this up, please. So this is the ghost. Oh, Jesus, that's loud. All right, here we go. Let's watch this. And we're going to get on out of here. Oh, and by the way, guys, so you know how YouTube maths is not mathing? Yeah, it really isn't. You know how we had to get to 3,000 watch hours to do memberships and super chats, which we got the first ever super chat in this stream. Huge shout out to Darth Josepher. Amazing. But we're up to 4 members too on the channel, which is awesome. If we get to 4,000 watch hours, we get ad revenue. So we get paid to get ads, which is a huge thing for the channel, and it's amazing. So we are right there. We are at 3,900, which is insane because we just got to 3,000 only a few weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago, and we're already almost up 1,000 watch hours, which is insane. So yeah, we're getting there. But let's watch this. This is called Rebels Crew Featurette. This is awesome.
On our show, the story goes in places you can't imagine with new characters you've never seen in live action before.
New characters we've never seen in live action before. Of course, she's talking about Sabine, Hera, Ahsoka we've seen, Ezra, Thrawn, all of those characters. But what if she's also talking about Starkiller? But she also mentions right away that this show goes in crazy direction that you would never thought possible, which is interesting.
Rosario brings people together. She's a perfect leader of the show.
Oh my God, is she British? Was that a British accent or Australian?
Leader of the show.
Or neither. She just has an accent.
Sorry, Ahsoka hears whispers of the Empire returning, and she decides to enlist Hera's help.
We have to prepare for the worst.
Hera Syndulla is the leader of the Ghost Crew. She's a pilot.
By the way, she's married in real life to Ewan McGregor. Crazy.
Hera is such an incredible leader and fighter.
Mary is just great. I mean, every scene she's in was just awesome.
You and I both know who could help you with this. Oh my God, that is Sabine. Natasha's so perfect for the character.
Sabine's
she
already
is.
a warrior and very proven. And she's Ahsoka's former apprentice.
You never made things easy for me, Master.
I love Sabine.
She struggles with her emotions. She's
She loves Sabine. Who doesn't love Sabine? Can I get some love in the chat for Sabine?
impulsive. I think she's just relatable. She's got good intentions, but she doesn't always make the right decision.
I love the complexity of the characters
Jon Favreau, what a goat.
in this. They're a bit unpredictable. They're all struggling with a set of circumstances, and they need each other.
Buckle up.
This is so powerful.
The Purgle, you see the Purgle there? Purgle tentacles right there?
This is so powerful. This is provocative, exciting, and fun. I can't wait for people to watch it.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Oh yeah. I mean, that gets you hyped up right there. That gets the blood boiling. That gets the people going. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hype, hype, hype. Oh my God, look at all the love for, for Sabine in the chat. Provocative Rosario, really? Yeah. Where was I? I can't wait for episode 3. Ahsoka premiere got me so excited. More than any other Disney Plus series yet. Couldn't agree more, Swagger. Thoughts on Rebel Moon? Is it rated R? It's a rated R Star Wars that could have been. Yeah, Rebel Moon looks great. The trailer looks great, and it's a great idea. Zack Snyder, I don't doubt will knock it out of the park with that one. Starkiller raises the stakes in the show too. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting fight if Ahsoka and Sabine have to take on Shin, Balin, and Starkiller to save Ezra to find Thrawn. This show is insane. Darth Josepher couldn't agree more, by the way, Honey Badger. Darth Josepher says, so the actress who plays Sabine was in a movie called The Voyeurs, where she does some really racy stuff. I thought it was weird casting her in a Disney Plus show. I don't know about any of that, Darth Josepher, but that's crazy. Yeah. Swagger Like Us says, it's a cool creative idea with a new IP. Talking about Rebel Moon. Yeah, agreed. She's Australian. Yeah. I'm even more in love, Honey Badger says. Nah, that's Australian. As a British person, this ain't one of our accents. That's funny, Finn. Swagger Like Us says, Finn, my wife is great. Badger, I've been in love with her since Star Wars Celebration, lol. And Badger says, I love my wife. Natasha, come home. The kids miss you. My God, guys, calm down. Check out her role in The Voyeurs. There's love. Okay. We'll see about that. Blah, 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 blah. Your pal Joe says, we all know Sabine would be with the OG member, me. Oh, there you go. Your pal Joe just checkmated all of you. The first ever member on the channel. She would join him instead of any of you guys. Logan, what's up, Logan? Another founding member of the channel says, hey, bro, at work, wish I could stay here. Don't worry about Logan. I'm sure you'll watch it on the watch back. Couple months too late, Joe. Finn says, it's the simping is strong with this one. Okay, you guys are going way too insane, and I do have to get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you for sticking around. Got to get out of here quickly because I got some places to be, people to see. Watch out for that video, hopefully coming out tomorrow. If I can't get it out tomorrow, it will be Saturday. Oh, big thing. No stream Saturday. I do have a wedding to go to on Saturday, so I will not be here on Saturday. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some videos done for you guys, so we'll get multiple videos this weekend. But there will be no stream Saturday. I might reschedule it to Sunday or something like that, but as of right now, no stream Saturday, okay? No stream Saturday. Honey Badger says, okay, when I become a member, I'll use the World Between Worlds to become the first member. Oh, there you go. There you go. Finn says, see you next time. All right. I'm going to get on out of here. You guys, the absolute best. Smash a like on this video. If you liked it, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. Think about becoming a member. And of course, huge shout out to Darth Josepher for the first ever super chat. Amazing. You guys are the absolute best. And may the force be with you. Always, always, always. Honestly, just find the stupid button. Oh my God, Darth Josepher, before we even find that stupid button, has just also become a member. Huge shout out to Darth Josepher. This whole stream is dedicated to you, Darth Josepher, now, as he becomes the 5th member of the channel and brought in the first ever super chat. Huge shout out to you. Thank you so much. Huge supporter of the channel. Amazing. You're an absolute goat, Darth Josepher. No, you're awesome. You're awesome. Got anything else you want to say before we get on out of here? The stage is yours before we leave. As I take a nice long sip of this as my bladder's going to explode. Honey Badger says, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way. Let me close down all my tabs. Well, Darth Josepher has the chance to say one last wise words for the Empire. Boom, there it is. And may the force be with you. Always. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. Huge shout out to Darth Josepher yet again for being an amazing new member, the 5th member of the channel and the first ever super chatter. You guys are the absolute best. What a great stream. What a great show. Good. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great rest of your lives. And good night, everybody. Yeah.